Oh, Vegas. Oh, Vegas. Oh, Vegas. A very familiar championship opponent that they have let us suffer through the entire summer. And all we got today was sweet old revenge. So, yeah, it's not going to win us a cup, but just beating them feels pretty satisfying. Um, so, it's Sergei Bobrovsky going up against this new goaltender named Jerry Patera. Um, for what I understand, Vegas going through some goaltending issues. Um, yeah, it's without a doubt there was some bad blood between these two clubs, and especially going all the way back to June, 6 months ago, when those two meet in the Stanley Cup Finals. Um, so no love lost for each other, as we'll talk through more. Now, all you gotta know about the first period, Florida put on heavy pressure, and yet they don't get the puck to the back of the net. They were a far better team in the first period. A far better team. They were. They were. So a lot of shots were trying to get back through. They just couldn't get into the back of the net. Now, we had our first penalty of the game. It's a tripping call against Braden McNabb against Sam Reinhart. Of course, power play didn't do much there, so the penalty was killed off. So then there'll be another penalty on. There'll be two penalties. There'll be two penalties. This is where I said to the point. This is where I kept saying, no love lost base 2. Keegan Kolesar versus Ryan Lomberg. Both get called for fighting. And those two, that did not last long at all. Ryan Lomberg just I wouldn't say sucker punch, but he threw a haymaker, gloves off, one-on-one, old style hockey. And Lomberg just punched his mouth. And that knocked out Kolesar. It did. It knocked him out. And they both go to the penalty box for fighting. So it still remains a 5-on-5 due to the fact, and give props to Ryan Lomberg. I mean, Vegas, we know how dirty Vegas is. Vegas, no offense, but it's true. Everyone will agree. This team is dirty. It's a dirty team. So seeing Ryan Lomberg punching someone like that, especially when they did dirty tricks to other people and against us in a Stanley Cup and get away with it a lot, that feels kind of satisfying. No offense. Nicholas Roy that gets called for a high sticking on Kevin Stinlin. That wound up being a 2-minute minor, and that penalty would be killed off, so no surprise there. Florida still putting in some shots. Vegas finally getting a shot on goal. And ultimately, none of them were able to get to the back of the net. Second period, very minimal effort from Mark Stone. And Mark Stone with the wrist shot, assisted by Ivan Barbashev with the little bit of a wrist shot, and then he banks it for Vegas. And it's thanks to that turnover given up by Ekblad. I mean, you leave him wide open. I thought Ekblad played terrible today. I thought he did. I'm sorry to say he was not good today. So minimal effort, frustrating goal to give up by Mark Stone. Vegas takes a 1-0 lead. Great. Then there was a penalty on Vegas for too many men or ice, served by Michael Amadio. So Florida would go on a power play, and of course penalty would be killed off. Then Rodriguez gets called for a hold on Zach Whitecloud. Then Vegas would go on a power play. So let's see what Florida penalty kill does in this best team in the West. One of the best teams in the West in front of the sold-out crowd. Power play is still good against this really good Western Conference team. Penalty would be killed off there. So there will be an injury. There'll be an injury there on the referee, I think. I think it was a ref. I think it was the referee that got hit. He got injured during the game, and he was able to keep calling the game. So that's good news for him. So Florida needs. It's only a matter of time if Florida gets a goal, and finally there is a goal assisted by Verhaeghe and Montour. Sam Bennett, his 5th goal of the season. It's a snapshot. It bounces off. It bounces off Patera into the right side of the net. We are now tied 1-1. So awesome goal by Sam Bennett, and a really good one too. So then it goes be the back and forth, and there'll be some pushing and shoving. There will be some pushing and shoving through the second period. Then we have off the face-off for Florida, and Forsling gets a slap shot in, assisted by Barkov. And I tell you what, with Gustav Forsling, he played absolutely tremendous today. He played tremendous. First off, with Forsling, he didn't just score a goal, but his defense and taking away the puck is awesome. He slides off the attack of Vegas. He gets one, and then tries to get a goal earlier than that goal, but that wouldn't go through. But Forsling played tremendous today. And it's only a matter of time for Forsling to get a goal here, and off the slash shot, says by Barkov, he gets one. And that puts Florida on front. That's a go-ahead goal. Florida leads this one 2-1 so far. Then Vegas will go on the attack. Marchessault, former Panther, who is also undrafted. He is still playing tremendous hockey. There'll be some pushing and shoving, like I said. And then, unfortunately, we do give up a goal before second period ends. It's Pavel Dorofeyev. Or Dorofeyev? Whatever. That's his 3rd goal of the season. That's assisted by Ben Hutton and Keegan Kolsar, who was fighting Lomberg earlier that day. That ties the game 2-2, and we go to the third period. Third period, there is a lot to say. Let's just say. So, Bennett gets called for holding against Zach Whitecloud. Florida kills off the penalty. Then, Ben, so there'll be some pushing and shoving, some punches thrown and stuff like that. Then there's this. Ben Hutton gets called for interference on Matthew Tkachuk. So there's that penalty. It's not that penalty yet. But Florida, almost off the bat, gets a power play goal. And finally, our special teams are finally coming up alive. Where was this in the Stanley Cup final? I'm just saying. I know it happened 6 months ago, but where was this in the Stanley Cup final? Anyway, no more dwelling on it. It's a new season still. Assisted by Brandon Montour. That's his 2nd assist of the day, as well as Tkachuk's, who getting his assist here. 18th assist of the season. Verhaeghe, Swaggy, 16th goal of the season. And a little bit of that. Another Vegas penalty. It's Zach Whitecloud cross-checking Evan Rodriguez, and that is a dirty cross-check. And was it 2 weeks ago? I was like, what is boarding? Because I'm not much of a hockey fan. I looked up the rule. I did look up the rule. It basically states, if there's a vicious hit and there's a board right there, and he gets sent, like, basically the momentum gets hit from the receiving end to the board right here, bam. That would be a boarding. And that's what happens with Branson 2 weeks ago with Nick Cousins, if you remember that. But This could have also been a boarding against White Cloud. That is a dirty, dirty cross check. He pushes Rodriguez to the board, and his face was bam on the board. That should have been a major. Honestly, that should have been a boarding call. But it's a 2-minute minor. I mean, you gotta give Vegas some slack. But that still bites him in the rear ends because guess what? Off the snapshot, assisted by Barkov, that's his 21st assist, and Matthew Tkachuk, 19 assists. I think that's his second assist of the day. It's Rhino. Reinhardt gets his 19th goal of the season off the snapshot. Absolutely awesome stuff there. It's another goal. It's 4-2 Florida at this point. Vegas struggling to find anything, and they're giving up penalties. So, amazing that we're finally capitalizing off of something. And then, Paul Cotter for Vegas is playing the wrong sport. And that should be a fine, what he did against Matthew Tkachuk. Here's what happened. Paul Cotter going for the puck. Here's Matthew Tkachuk swinging on Tkachuk. He grabs him, he lifts him up, and slams him on the ice. Paul Cotter did that to Matthew Tkachuk. That's a roughing call. Even though it's a 2-minute minor, that should have been more for what he did. That is a piece of shit move, what he did to Matthew Tkachuk. An absolute piece of shit move he did. Picks him up, lifts him up, and slams on the ice. That is a piece of shit move. Really is a piece of shit move. And everyone just going at it. Everyone fighting, putting haymakers. Sam Bennett. I think actually that's a little bit after that. But Bennett coming in the eighth for Tkachuk. All of them just punching the shit at each other. And they were talking shit to each other. Vegas like, oh, we beat you in the Stanley Cup. Florida will be like there's a new season, motherfucker, or something like that. I mean, I'm just speculating. No. It's a new season. But anyway, penalty will wind up being killing off as not this time. Florida did not get a power play goal in this one. Vegas at some attempts would try to get a shorthand opportunity. They didn't do so because Bobrovsky is another thing. Bobrovsky is absolutely dominant today. He is saving pucks from a very good Vegas team, and he was spot on. He was spot on. All right, now Vegas would at this point towards the end of the game would have an empty net. Patera would leave the ice for a few moments, and then Florida. Just really nice, really good on the puck wise, almost ending it off a couple of times. So they left Patera back on for the rest of the game, and all hell broke loose with 5 seconds left of the game. Everyone just beating the crap out of each other. Sam Bennett was beating the crap out of Carlson, Pietrangelo, beating up Tkachuk beating up Pietrangelo, Ekblad getting a misconduct as well. Ekblad was involved. So there were plenty of misconducts towards the end of the game. All these people, Tkachuk, William Karlsson, Sam Bennett, Aaron Ekblad, who played awful today, and Alex Pietrangelo, all get called for a misconduct. They're done for the game. And this is where Bennett was throwing haymakers. Like, I'm talking haymaker this, haymaker this. And it's just it feel like a war between Florida and Vegas. This team is not forgettable for what they did to us. But my gosh, that's an old style hockey. We shouldn't dwell on it, but I kind of am just a tiny bit because we could have played like this. We could have played something like this in a Stanley Cup final against them. Just saying. But anyway, these misconducts, I suspect there'll be a couple of suspensions. I don't know. By the way, guys, This wind up ending the game with this fighting and rough and misconducts. Referees did not bother to put the puck on the ice for a face-off. They didn't do that. They just ended the game with 5.9 seconds left of the game. And that's pretty much it. Either way, Florida wins this one 4-2. We've got our semi-revenge at Sunrise. Now, can we actually beat them at the desert in Vegas in a couple of weeks? Can we do that finally? That'll be cool. That'll be nice. Anyway, stars of the game, Carter Verhaeghe, no surprise there, with 1 star, 1 goal, and assist. 2 stars, I mean, no doubt, Forsling, he was tremendous. And 3 stars, Matthew Tkachuk, with 2 assists, playing an absolute playmaking for Florida today. Florida was a better team, no doubt about it. There was 42 shots, Vegas with 25. 24 hits from Florida, 21 from Vegas. Those were vicious ones. And pretty high penalty minutes. Really high penalty minutes. That's the truth. That is the truth right there. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this one. Florida goes on a holiday break, and when we come back, Florida plays Tampa Bay Lightning on the 27th in Tampa, Florida at Amalie Arena. That's a big one as well. A really big match coming up. And then we got the game against the Rangers and then the Habs on Saturday after that. So, Florida Panthers fans, enjoy the holiday break until we come back on Wednesday. And yeah, folks, that's going to do it for this one. If you have enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe for content. And if you enjoy the game, please hit that like button. And let's go Panthers. And I'll see you guys next time. I'll see you guys tomorrow for a Dolphin video. And yeah, folks, please subscribe, because when you do, I'll be right there with you for your time you deserve. This is Miami GG. Sign up, folks. Good night, everybody.